Hello and welcome. Hi, I'm author Grace Wroldson, and this is the one thing not to do when forced to co parent with a narcissist. Hi, I'm author and strategy coach Grace Wroldson. I write and speak in a pen name, and I have 5 books for mothers who are forced to co parent with their narcissistic abuser, who are forced and backed into or stuck in a high conflict custody battle with a narcissist. If this is you, you are not alone. I survived a 12-year family court battle with my narcissistic ex for our only child, and I lost some, won some, and then learned to use skillful means to have a much better situation. So, welcome to my work. I have a couple Facebook groups that are private for moms in these situations. You can find my Facebook groups and join us. We have our Women's Wisdom and our Stronger Together support for moms in custody battle, Zoom support group, and phone call groups. So, welcome to my work. If you're new, I help moms maintain their sanity, save their custody cases, or safeguard their custody cases and enjoy their child's one and only childhood. So, welcome to my work. Remember to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, listening on my Substack free newsletter, or listening on Spotify or podcast. So, what is the one thing not to do when forced to co parent with a narcissist? Don't focus on the narcissist. Focus on your kids, your kiddos. Don't get swept up in the drama, trauma, and chaos that the narcissist, creates. They seek attention and other people's energy. Don't feed the beast. Know this: the narcissist typically wins by emotionally destabilizing the target of blame, which is that loving, protective, empathic mom who's worried for her kids and been traumatized by all of the abuse, gaslighting, and manipulation. The fact is, the narcissist thrives in the drama, the chaos, and by being unfair and kicking it all up. And we don't thrive in that kind of war zone and craziness. We thrive in peace. So that's where our aim it has to be, and our goal has to be peace so that we can thrive and have the chance to be the mother to our children that we want to be. So, do maintain your sanity by keeping your cool, getting support, and focusing on fairness to the children or the child. I had to let go of a lot of unfairness to me so that it could be fair to our child. Now, can she get fairness? Can I get fairness from a narcissist? Not usually. No, that's why I develop skillful means, because when the narcissist deems you the enemy to destroy in their mind, they're going to find every way to be unfair. And if you have expectations, they're going to be fair to you, and they're not, and you get upset when they're not, then you are getting emotional about you're angry because there's a boundary violation. So we want to watch out for having our anger just run the entire responses, reactions, decisions. So focus on your kiddos. So I like to reframe this. What is the one thing to do when forced to co-parent with a narcissist? It's focus on your child. What does your child need? Maybe they need a therapist. Maybe they need sports. Maybe they need a healthy male mentor. Maybe they need time with you to just rest and relax. Maybe they need whatever it is you think your child needs. Try to find a way to support that need and not focus on what the narcissist is getting away with. So, notice that your focus really matters. If you're forced to co-parent with a narcissist or even stuck in a high conflict custody battle, your focus truly does matter to your entire case. I have a 20 wants list that I have moms write up and lead their lawyer with the things they want versus call their lawyer with the narcissist's newest game or tactic, because what we focus on, we sort of gravitate to, and we want to get these protections in place for our children or the support our children are entitled to or need. So, The one thing to do when forced to co-parent with a narcissist is to focus on your child. And what's another thing to do? Well, it's to get support. I came up with a team of 10, gathered my supporters, allies. They kept me emotionally standing. I got courage through connection, other moms who went through it. I found experts on narcissists and family court. I read, I studied, I learned, I watched the hundreds of videos, and I made alliances. So make sure you're asking for help. And that's in my first book, Co-Parenting with a Narcissist, 7 Self-Rules to Stay Sane. I had to hold on to my sanity. Sanity was key. When I acted insane, looked insane, was driven insane, when I was acting crazy because he was calling me crazy, all of that went against me. I needed to be the cool, calm, collected, reasonable, rational, common sense, easygoing, flexible co parent that nobody really was expecting to see from somebody victimized and gaslit and manipulated. But I got support through free 12-step programs, Al-Anon, CODA, ACOA. I got support through the free DV agencies. I got a private therapist. I got support, and I gathered a team of 10 of people I could call, especially a lawyer is part of my team of 10. I even had pastors of local non-denominational churches that would take my calls because I was in a battle to save not only my soul, but to save and try to spare my child from narcissistic abuse. So I pulled out all the stops. It required a team effort. I had to be brave and courageous, and I needed to ask for help. I knew my limits as a woman and as a mom, and my background was loving and leaving an alcoholic. So where's your support system? Just a quick disclaimer that I'm not a therapist. I am a mom survivor. So take what's helpful and leave the rest. If you are willing to learn, I'm ready to teach. All of my books are written self-help style. It's the tool, it's the tip, it's the strategy I developed or grabbed onto and heard somewhere, maybe in a nonviolent communication meeting, maybe in a DV support group. Maybe I heard it on a 12-step call because I could only do phone calls through those 12-step programs. I couldn't show up in person. I had a little child, or a sick child, or a special needs child, or I was being dragged into family court over and over again by the narcissist high conflict lawyer. Just know that that's no more. I have peace, protection, and my sanity. So I say pick up my books and read them in order, which is my second one is How to Fight a Narcissist in Family Court and Win. My third is Co-Parenting with a Sociopath, Survival and Sanity Guide. My fourth is How to Survive a Custody Battle with a Narcissist when the family courts force you to co-parent. Book 1 and 2 are on Audible. By the time you're listening to this, all of them should be on Audible. If you're someone that likes to listen and learn, hopefully I can get these up on YouTube chapter by chapter. So be willing to learn the lesson and change what you can. It does start with some self-education and self-empowerment. My new book is Tame the Narcissist, 10 Keys for Better Co-Parenting to Create Peace and Protection Using Strategy and what I call skillful means. You can learn, heal, and outgrow the narcissist. So I say, let this make you stronger than before, because I came out of everything stronger than before. There was this really cute thing on Facebook, their little picture that said had a diamond, and it says uh, coal was just something that did really well under pressure. And I like that because, diamonds are coal that has been completely put into a pressure chamber, it comes out from black to clear, see through, right? And shiny. And it's amazing what transformation you can have. And I want that transformation from war to peace, from insanity to sanity, from terrible conditions to better co-parenting conditions. And I got that miracle in my case, but I invested the time and the patience. So pick up my updated Co-Parenting with a Narcissist 7 Self-Rules to Stay Sane, book 1 on Amazon. I do talk about going from stress to strategic. It's very stressful dealing with a personality disordered person such as the narcissist. And when we are stressed, we struggle, we make mistakes, are confused, destabilized, scattered, aren't as effective, isolated, and weak. If you are watching 100 videos to understand the narcissist, maybe cut back to 50 videos and maybe some parenting videos or some healing from narcissistic abuse videos. It is important that you get an education because knowledge is power, but don't obsess over figuring out how the narcissist works, doesn't work, obsessing over the narcissist. Yes, you've got to know your opponent. You got to know what you're dealing with. And if it's still mind boggling to you, just know you can't make sense out of personality disordered people. Okay. Some nonsense is out there and you can't make sense out of nonsense. You can't get order from disorder. So make sure you're not spending too much time focused on the narcissist, fighting the narcissist. Your key is your sanity. And a lot of us go crazy when we hit the unfairness or they hit a hot button injustice, and we don't want to be the unstable, emotionally destabilized person. We want to hold on to our sanity, not be acting crazy, not allow ourselves to be called crazy, not even react to being called crazy, but learn to just let certain things go and document it. Documenting strategically. So it's going to require support and self-care, because when we're validated in our experience and we can't be talked out of what we know and what we don't know, if we've got emotional encouragement, we can stay standing through the family court system, which is uncomfortable, high conflict place, and we don't really like being there, and we don't enjoy being there, and we feel out of place being there and ashamed for being there. So you've got all those feelings, they're pretty valid. We want to use wisdom, and we want to learn how to respond versus react. So remember to focus on your child or your children. And sometimes gathering that team of 10 that I talk about getting in book 1 can really help you compartmentalize. That's what my DV counselor, my second one, had me do, is like, okay, you just went through co-parenting therapy with your narcissistic abuser, which is something we don't recommend abusers do, because therapy with your abuser is just more grounds and places for him to abuse you. And it's very traumatizing, re-traumatizing, and triggering. So now put that in a box and move on to the next section. Don't, spend time unpacking it with an expert or a specialist like a DV counselor. I always had one of those calls booked after every forced court ordered co-parenting session. I had my DV counselor to vent, share, and then I took a long walk after that. Just release all of the toxic emotions that got triggered in me and all the negativity that came my way and all the unfairness and the ridiculousness of listening to a narcissist worm and weasel his way off out of things. So just know, yeah, the narcissist has tricks and tactics and traps that you could step in, fall victim to, but we need skills, strategies, support, and what I call skillful means. So you can get that once you have these mentors and this team to help you. You want to find people who resonate with your truth. So come on over to my website. You can read some of my free blogs to see if my message resonates with you. I talk about co-parenting with a narcissist and having peace. I say co-parenting because that's what the courts want to hear. They want to hear that you're co-parenting, even if most of us know it's impossible or that's not what we're doing. We're doing parallel parenting. Now I have co-parenting conditions that I'd love for all of you, but I learned to be small, incrementally nice to the narcissist while having a huge castle and curtain gray walling method in place. And so learn about my skillful means strategy, my gray walling method. Remember to like and subscribe. Find these blogs. Some of them are free. All of them are in my books. So if you read book 1 through 5, you'll get the whole idea of how I went from, terrible conditions to ideal conditions when dealing with someone such as a narcissist. It's never an ideal situation to be up against your abuser in court, to be forced to go to therapy with your ex abuser. It's not ideal, but it is something that can help you grow and become stronger than you were before. So learn the lessons as you go along, and just know you have the ability to be the change that you want to see. You can endure, survive, adapt, navigate around, and neutralize the narcissist. You can de escalate things. You can step away. You can let go. There's lots of things that you can choose to do and hold on to your power. You do not have to step into the trap. We want our children to feel our love, to have our care and concern, our time and attention. We don't want to give that to the narcissist. So don't give away your precious time and attention to your ex. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to learn, heal, and outgrow that narcissist.